Okay, today we're going to talk about solving exponential equations. There's two basic ways we'll talk about solving them. The first way is if we have exponential equations where we can turn them into the same base. The second way will be when we can't turn them into the same base. So we're going to look at the two sides of the equations, and we're going to see that we have exponential equation here, or exponential expression here, and an exponential expression on the other side of the equal sign. And what you should notice is that the 4 and the 16 can be turned into the same power with the same base. So, in other words, you can take the 16 and turn it into a base 4 power, because 4 squared is 16. So then what we can do is we can turn these two bases into the same base. We'll cancel the bases out, and then we'll solve the remaining equation. Okay? So I'm going to rewrite the left side because it's already base 4. And then we're going to rewrite this, replacing the 16 with 4 squared. And then it's still to the power of 3x minus 10. Okay? And if you remember from when you did exponential properties in Math 1 and possibly 8th grade, that when you have a power to a power, you multiply those together. And so I'm suggesting that you just leave it like this to start out with. And so we have the same base here, the same base there. So we're going to cancel the bases on each side. So basically the reason behind this is that if you have a power of, or 4 to the power of something equal to 4 to the power of something, then the two powers must be equal. And so we can say x minus 2 equals 2 times 3x minus 10. Okay? And then we can just solve this equation instead of having to deal with the exponentials. So then you get x minus 2 equals 6x minus 20. And then move the x over here. And you get negative 2 equals 5x minus 20. And then you're going to add 20 to the other side. And you get 5x equals 18. And then you're going to divide by 5. And x will equal 18 over 5, or 3.6. Okay, either one of those answers are acceptable, and so that's how you do that if they have the same base. So now you can try this on your own by pausing the video and just working ahead and seeing if you get the right answer. If you don't feel confident, just watch this example and then you can try the next one on your own. Okay, so we have a base 2 and a base 16. So we're going to try to write 16 as base 2. And so 16 is the same thing as 2 to the 4th power. Okay? So we're going to rewrite this as 2 times 3x plus 2 equals 2 to the 4 times x. Okay? And then we just eliminate the bases. And you get this, and then you get x equals 2. So hopefully, if you pause the video, you're catching up now, and you should see how to do this. Okay? So now I do want you to pause the video, and everybody try to answer this one on your own. And then when you do, I will reveal the answer. All right. So this is how you answer this question. If you have any questions, just reserve them for me tomorrow. Okay? So now, what is the solution to this equation? And you'll notice that we can't really write 285 as the same base, okay, as 15. So what we can do is you can now solve it using the inverse of an exponential, which is via the log. Okay? So first thing you're going to do, just like always, you try to isolate the parent function. And in this case, it's an exponential. So we're going to try to get the exponential by itself. Then we're going to turn the expression into log form by switching the exponent and the answer and putting log base 15. And then we're going to solve that using the calculator. Okay? So first thing we're going to do is make sure our exponential is by itself, and it is. There's nothing added, multiplied, or anything like that to our parent function here. And now we're going to put it into log form. So this will be log base 15 of 285 equals 3x. Okay? Then we're going to solve for x. Divide by 3 to both sides. Okay? And so x will equal log base 15 of 285 over 3. And you can just type this straight into your calculator, just like it is. Use the alpha y equals button when you're making it a fraction, or just do the numerator by itself first, then divide by 3. And so we'll go to the calculator. Okay, I'll turn it on. And so I've already got it loaded. So you get that, and then you're going to divide by 3, and your x will equal 0.69576. And so what we'll do is we'll go 4 decimal places. 0.6958. Okay? And whenever you're trying to do questions for a test or anything like that, try to keep it as the full answer as long as possible. Don't round throughout, and that'll help ensure that you get as close to the real answer as possible. Okay? Alright, so what is the solution to this? Okay, so step 1, isolate the exponential. Okay, so 3 to the x is our actual exponential. So what we'll need to do is get that by itself before we can solve it. Okay, so in order to do that, we got to get rid of multiplying by 5. The inverse of multiplying by 5 is dividing by 5. And so 3 to the x equals 5. And you should have been able to kind of see that this is where it was going, because 5 times what is 25? And it should be 5 times 5. So 3 to the x must equal 5. So now that we've got the exponential by itself, we'll turn it into log form. So you get log base 3 of 5 equals x. So we'll go to our calculator. And the shortcut for the calculator, I forgot to mention it on the other one, is you're going to hit math, alpha, math. Okay? Log base 3 of 5. Press enter. And you get 1.465 equals x. And then that is technically rounded to the 4th. Okay, but you don't have to put that 0 since it's there. Or to the 10,000th place. Okay. So now these are ones that you can try on your own. I do encourage you to pause the video at this point and work it out for yourself. And I will unpause the video or reveal the answer in 3, 2, 1. Okay? So now pause the video and answer the other question. And I'll reveal its answer in 3, 2, 1. So you see you divide by 4 to both sides. Okay? And then your answer is this. Okay? Now this minus 1 is not part of the 16. It is parentheses 16, and then you do the minus 1. And you can still type all of this straight in your calculator. Okay, so these are the questions that you need to be working on today in class, and finish those, and then work on anything that you didn't have finished from yesterday's lesson. The answer key to this video should be on in your packet, so just make sure that you can do all the work and get the answers. If you, for some reason, don't see it in the packet, the answers are right here, and you can just pause the video and find the answers to your questions here. Okay, so let's move this little guy out of the way so that you can see. And there we go. 2/5. You'll just have to guesstimate based off of your answers for 15, 22, and 7. You guys have a great day. I hope you enjoyed the video, and this will be posted on my website for eternity. Be good to the sub.